other point that needs to be talked about in depth is the skills, the talents or the hobbies that the student has or might want to have. This can be approached from two ways. Firstly, there are already some existing talents, hobbies, skills that the student has. And what are the careers that these can be used in? Or the other way of approaching it is that the student has thought of a career, and now what are the skills that he needs to or he can take over as far as extracurricular activities are concerned, so that he can use them in the career. And the third way is to talk about extracurricular activities as a part of skill building. Now, let's take these up as examples. For example, the student has the skill, the talent, the interest in being on stage and taking part in extempores or debates, or he likes to be the master of ceremonies and speak on stage in front of people. Now, what are the careers where he could use this skill? Well, he could use this skill very well in, say, journalism or mass communication, or he could do well in public relations, or when he is going ahead and becoming a soft skill trainer, or maybe a teacher or a professor. All of these skills will come into play. Now, do realize I have not used this to talk about the example of a lawyer, because often people think that people who can speak very well will become very good lawyers. However, to study law, the skill that is actually required far more than talking is reading. If you don't read, then how are you ever going to successfully appear for the exam and pass the exam to enter the law college and then read those voluminous amount of books to become a lawyer? So, if you have the skill and the interest of reading, law is an option that could be open for you, is what you can tell the students. The other is that the student has a thought of a career in mind, and now what are the skills that you can offer, suggest for them to take up? Like the student is keen on, say, the armed forces. Well, it is obvious that the child should take up sports, not to be in the competitive spirit of it, but to be physically fit. So even if they are not keen on sports, something like running, cycling, walking, yoga, swimming, anything which makes them physically active and builds their stamina becomes a must for them. Whenever you meet students, no matter at what stage, it is always a good thing to suggest to them that they take up some extracurricular activities, because these help in skill building in a variety of ways. Of course, they are very focused towards career activities as well, like taking up any leadership position in the student council will help them have leadership qualities, which are a very good prerequisite for the armed forces, for the SSB interview. However, taking part in sports, in organizing of activities in school, in programs, in dances, in plays, all of these also inculcate the spirit of participation, the spirit of being together, working in a team, and all of these help build skills. They also help build your resume. So, not everybody needs to be on stage. Not everybody can, and not everybody likes it. So what can you offer, or what can we suggest for these people? They could take part in, say, the drawings, helping the teachers draw and make the staff rooms or the classrooms more beautiful. Or they could take part in the magazine writing, become the editors or contribute towards them. So there are so many ways that students can take part in extracurricular activities based on what they like. Whether they are directly linked to a career or not is sometimes a secondary factor, because just participating in these activities is more than enough. One activity that I, as an individual, and I, as a counselor, encourage all youngsters to inculcate, to participate in, and I would request the counselors as well to do so, is to read. Often we end up reading so much because of our phones or our easy accessibility to information that we feel that we are reading, and we are reading a lot because we are actually seeing something and we are reading words. What I am suggesting is that read articles, read books, which give you one solid piece of information. And that information could be about anything, about a career, about a personal development thing, about a subject, about how to be, about a history fact, about a geography fact, anything. But gain in one knowledge. Ask the students that you meet when you're talking about skills that what is the one thing that they learned new today? There has to be an answer to this question before they go to sleep. And that is something that I would request you also to do, because when we do it, it is easier for us to have others to do it because we become honest in our request over there. So let me ask you right now, and may you ask this yourself every night before you sleep, what was that one new thing that you learned in this day? What did you read about, think about, do, understand, discuss, discover, explore? Think about it. When you've done that and you've learned a new thing, that's a good day spent, and well done.